So there was another release in the WWE this week. One that, when initially happened, there was some social media reaction. But obviously with this Alberto Del Rio story is kind of getting swept under the rug. But I personally wanted to address this issue, because this release bothers me a whole heck of a lot more than the Alberto Del Rio release, which certainly Del Rio had run its course as a talent, and sources say he was acting unprofessional in relation to, a racist gesture or joke that had been thrown his way from the WWE social media director. Kind of, someone hadn't cleaned up their plate, and he was like, oh, it's Del Rio's job. And apparently Del Rio confronted him and slapped the guy up and stormed off, and the whole locker room watched, and apparently that was Del Rio's downfall, according to sources going around online. It is what it is. However, though, this video is not about Alberto Del Rio. That was the first video of this evening. A man who had worked for the WWE for, over 30 years, probably before the first ever WrestleMania. This man was Time Keeper, and the man in charge of the ring bell, Mark Yeaton, had been employed for over 30 years of the WWE, and according to budget cuts, which is starting to become a real disgusting crutch for the WWE, just cleaning house, both on their on-screen talents and backstage. But Mark Yeaton, he was a special part of the WWE family, the WWE universe, if you will. He had been with the company for 30 years. Heck, I'm sure he got heat for being the guy in cahoots with Vince McMahon, ringing the ring bell with the Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels incident in the Survivor Series 1997. Who could forget that? I'm sure he may have gotten heat, death threats from angry Canadian fans, fans of Bret Hart, family of Bret Hart, who knows. And this man has been loyal to the WWE for 30 years. And don't get more loyal than him. Guys like him, Tony Chimmel, is very, Howard Finkel. It's a very, you can probably count them on one hand, the guys who have been there that long. Pat Patterson, and you've seen me voice my controversial opinions on him and his role in the WWE throughout the years. And look, Mark Yeaton, it couldn't have been a nicer guy. I don't know him personally, but I do have friends in the business that do know him personally. And I did get an account of what may have actually happened. I am not at liberty to repeat this out of confidentiality and out of respect for a close personal friend of mine who shared this information with me. But needless to say, a viable source informed me that it was not such a pleasant exit from Mark Yeaton. Unceremonious, and we'll leave it at that. Very sad. The Ultimate Warrior, in his Hall of Fame speech before he passed, spoke about non-wrestlers and non-on-camera talent getting in the Hall of Fame, backstage individuals, what have you. I'm sure many people can make the case for Mark Yeaton to get in the WWE Hall of Fame, along with the likes of Jim Johnston and certainly many other names backstage, which throughout the years have contributed to the great production that the WWE is. Certainly cameraman, refs. I'm all for it. Reward the people who've been loyal to you. But the WWE, to me, this speaks more volumes on not this WWE, but society. There's no fucking loyalty anymore, man. And quite frankly, it makes me sick. It irritates me. It pisses me off. And I don't mean to speak vulgar on this channel, but it greatly irritates me. A man who is that loyal to the WWE, just shown the door. To me, it just confuzzles me, it baffles me, it bamboozles me, and it makes me absolutely angry. For anyone who's friends with me on Facebook, Joe Passarelli, you might have seen my thoughts and comments. I shared a status the other day, which got some reaction, and quite frankly, look, it makes me sick. It absolutely makes me sick. It's been a few days, I've been boiling on this, so I was going to do a reaction right away. I've calmed down, I've had a rigorous work schedule as well, so I haven't really had time to film this, but it absolutely makes me sick, folks, where this world's going, the lack of loyalty you see in this world, and that is a shoot, brother. That is a shoot. Loyalty is no longer royalty. I have a shirt from Rockaware that says loyalty brings forth royalty, and it doesn't seem to be the case anymore, especially not in Mark Yeaton's case. Shown the door unceremoniously. It absolutely makes me sick. It disgusts me. It's deplorable. Vince McMahon himself should be sick, and Triple H and the higher brass, everybody who's involved and known this man for 30 plus years and known him to be a part of the WWE family. My hat's off to Mark Yeaton. I hope he saved his money. I hope him and his family are okay. I certainly can't speak the financials of him. I wouldn't know. Like I said, I have friends that work in the business that know him on a personal level. I couldn't speak on that. But I pray for him and his family that he will be okay. Mark Yeaton, folks. Let's not forget, Mark Yeaton. Guy, like we said, the headlines now with Alberto Del Rio. Of course, the TNA tapings and all the other stuff going on, WWE signings. But we can't forget this release, and we can't forget this man. A great man, loyal to the WWE. Folks, what do you think? Did Mark Yeaton get a raw deal getting released? Your thoughts. Joe Passarelli channel, Joe Passarelli show. Subscribe.